Husband abandoned me and our unborn son the moment his ex decided to come back into his life. I, 28F, met my husband James, 29M, fake name, at the very end of 2018/very beginning of 2019 when he had just moved to Washington for a change of scenery. We met at my job's New Year's party when my boss, who's an old family friend of his, introduced us and I immediately felt a connection. Even after my boss moved on to introduce him to my coworkers, I noticed James kept looking at me. Towards the end of the party, he approached me, asking for a tour of the city since he was new in town, which was code for a date. It didn't take long until we started dating and he eventually took me to Boston, where he lived before he moved to Tacoma, to visit his best friends and introduce us to each other. They were super nice to me, but I could see that something was off with the way they kept throwing weird glances at James. As the evening went on, I managed to hear the name Willow, also fake name, being whispered in between them. Later when we were getting ready to go to bed in the guest room, I asked who Willow was and James immediately froze before he told me all about her. She had been his first love. They met during high school, started dating when they were both 16 and their relations hop ended right before he moved to Washington. Apparently she just up and left one day, blocking him and their entire friend group everywhere. I then asked why his friends kept looking at him oddly during introductions and why they kept on whispering about Willow. At that question, James once again seemed to freeze before he grabbed his phone and showed me a picture of her. Turns out we look alike. We look like we could be related, which explained both why he kept staring at me from across the room when we first met, which before knowing that his ex and I look similar, I simply had it pegged for good old attraction, and why his friends kept quietly mentioning her to each other upon meeting me. I didn't blame him for having a type, but if I'm being honest, it hurt thinking he only started dating me because I look like his ex. But like a fool, I believed him when he promised that although he was initially attracted to me because of my resemblance to Willow, he did fall in love with me and was fully over her. Eventually, in early 2023, James proposed and we soon got married in a very small ceremony, with just immediate family members and close friends in attendance. And just 4 months ago I found out that we're going to have a baby. When I broke the news to James, he was absolutely over the moon. And he was even more excited when we found out we're having a boy. Well, one morning last week he got a call that left him shaken. I asked him what happened but didn't get any answers as he abruptly got up and left. As I watched him drive away in his car, I started to panic. I tried calling him, but when he wouldn't pick up, I called one of his work friends and then his brother to find out if anything happened at work that he was urgently needed for or if anything happened to anyone in their family. When the answers to both were no, I decided to contact one of his Boston friends. Since I don't have any of their numbers, I had to contact them via Instagram DMs. I tried one and waited. No reply, so I tried another one. And then another one. But it wasn't until the following morning that I finally got an answer, which only said, "Willow's back." The moment I read that message, I truly felt my blood run cold as I realized he had gone back to Boston to go see her. Literal years of trying to convince myself that he wasn't with me only because of my resemblance to Willow, only for him to run back to her the moment she decided she wanted to be in his life again. I've been agonizing over this situation since I found out and I truly don't know what to do. I am aware that I should probably divorce him. But I want to at least hear him out once he returns my calls or comes back home before I make a decision. I'd go to Boston to confront him, but I don't think I have the guts to possibly meet Willow. Or worse, see them together. I honestly feel kinda stupid for not seeing this coming. I thought he was happy with me. I thought he was happy we're going to be parents. But apparently he's more happy to run to the woman who ghosted him years ago.